introduction first. So introduction sounds like this. Here we go. Here's a preview. Okay. Okay, just like that. It's pretty short. So it consists of that introduction motive and that riff at the end. So let's go ahead and learn it. Right hand first. So right hand starts with the B flat. So middle C is here, B flat up here. Okay, so it goes B flat, C, E flat, and 2 Fs, and then it repeats those 5 notes again. B flat, C, E flat, F, F. So a total of 10 notes. Okay. Okay. So let's do it again. So those 10 notes, 5 notes times 2, so it's B flat, C, E flat, F, F, those 5 notes, and times it again, B flat, C, E flat, F, F, just like that, those 10 notes. Okay, so that's the right hand for the first part for the introduction. There's 2 parts to it, okay, so this is how it is. The left hand, the chords is 3 chords. These 3 chords you must remember, because this whole song, it's actually pretty much made up of these 3 chords, except for one part, which is 1 chord different. But yeah, these 3 chords in this order, you must remember. So the chords order is A flat major, which is A flat, C, E flat, followed by the second chord is C minor, C, E flat, G. Yeah, and then the third and last chord in this 3 chord series is B flat major, B flat, D, F. And you just hold this B flat major for longer than the other 2, like that. Okay? So remember these 3 chords order because it appears in pretty much 95% of the song, okay? So you don't have to remember. It repeats itself. So A flat major, followed by C minor, and followed by B flat major. Okay. I won't go through these 3 chords that many times in this lesson because it's pretty much making up the whole song, pretty much, okay? So let's go ahead. Once you get those 3 chords in your mind, like play it a few times, let's put the 2 hands together for this first part. So this first part is actually times 2 of what we just did. So it's like A flat major by itself first, and the right hand comes in, and then second F with C minor chord together, and then second F with B flat major together, and you just hold that, and then you times 2, which is from the start again. So here, together, together, just like that. Okay. So let's do it again. So it's 2 times of what we just learnt is here, together, together, just like that. And then you have to play it again after you hold that. Here, together, together, and you hold that. Yeah. And then the right hand, the last motive, on the right hand it goes C, E flat, G, G, F, E flat, C, just like that. Okay, remember that motive. Let's play it again. So it goes C, E flat, G, G, F, E flat, C, just like that. And you play that right after you play those chords that are held, like the B flat major is held. Okay, so let's try the. We just completed the whole introduction, by the way. So let's try the whole introduction and show you what I mean. So it goes like this. So the motive goes here, together, together, hold, and then you repeat that motive again. Here, together, together. Play the motive at the end. Just like that. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so that's the introduction for you guys. Remember the introduction because some of these motives are actually repeated itself later on and combined with other stuff, so it's really good to actually remember this introduction. Okay, so let's go ahead and now move on. After the introduction follows the verse 1. Okay, the reason why there's verse 1 and because later on there's verse 2 that is slightly different, really slight, but okay, verse 1. So remember verse 1 is times 2 the whole thing, and later on verse 2 is only once, okay? But anyway, verse 1, here's a preview of what you're gonna learn. So verse 1 goes like this. Okay, it seems pretty long, but it's not, because if some of you may have found out, the verse 1 is just times 2. Okay, so once you learn that verse, you pretty know how to play the whole verse 1. Okay, so you can hear there's a lot of repetition, and you can even hear that at the end of each of the verse. There's that motive where we learn in the introduction. So that's why I told you to remember those stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this verse 1. Break it up into parts. Let's break it up into the first part first. First part of this verse 1 goes like this. So it goes 4 B flats, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then G, A flat, and then another 4 B flats, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then A flat, G, and then F, F, G. Okay, that's the first part that you remember. Okay, let's do it again. So remember, 4 B flats, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then G, A flat, and another 4 B flats, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then A flat, G, and then F, F, G. That's the right hand first part that you have to remember. Okay, and the left hand chords, once again, I don't have to tell you in detail because it's the 3 chords: A flat major, C minor, and B flat major. Once you get those 3 chords in mind, this is how to put the 2 hands together for this first part. Okay, this first part is times 3 times, as you can hear from the preview before. So B flat and A flat major together, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then G, A flat, and then the first B flat with C minor chord together again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then A flat, G, and then first F with B flat major together, and then just like that. And then this motive that we just learned, the A flat major and C minor and B flat major, this phrase is times 3 times. So total of 3 times. Now the second time, so okay, and now the third time, and then just like that. So that's the first part of the verse. So it's 3 times of that motive, that whole motive thing we just learned for the group. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it once more. So it's 3 times of that whole motive. So together, together. Okay, it's the second time. Dun 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 dun. And third time, together, 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 just like that. Okay, so that's the first part of the verse. And then the last part, it goes like this, okay? The last part that I have to learn is right hand, it goes E flat, F, G, E flat, A flat, G, and then G, A flat, G, F, and then that motive, last motive in that introduction that we learned before, we go up to the C, C, E flat, G, G, F, E flat, C, just like that. Okay, one more time for this last part of this verse. So one more time, it goes E flat, F, G, E flat, A flat, G, G, A flat, G, F, and then you go up to the C for that final motive that was the same in the introduction. The C, E flat, G, G, F, E flat, C, just like that. Okay, once again, the 3 chords for this specific part for the verse 1 is exactly the same 3 chords: A flat major, C minor, B flat major. Once you get that, put the 2 hands like this. Right hand starts first to the 2 E flats, and then after G, A flat major instantly comes in. After G, C minor instantly comes in. After G, B flat major by itself again, and then it comes in. Okay, so this part, none of the chords are on any of the melody notes. They're all like syncopated, okay? So one more time. Here. Here. Just like that. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so that's it. So this is verse 1. So remember verse 1, you have times that whole thing we just learnt. So the section 1 we just learnt from the verse 1, and then also the part we just learnt, we have to play that whole thing again. So times 2, so it goes again, so the whole thing. Yeah, second time. Third time for this first motive. And on the 4th time you don't play, you play that thing we just learned. Okay, so after that you have played verse 1 for 2 times, that we just did, it moves on to what we call the, we call this the chorus, pretty much, because it's the part where it's like, dun, 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 say sorry, so that's like the motive, okay? So, let's give you a preview of what it sounds like first, before we learn it. I'm glad you made it to the end of my video. Now you can visit my website to learn how to play this or any song you want through my methods explained through books and courses, or just get me to make a full song video lesson or sheet music transcription on any song you want using my customized services. As for now, enjoy your time on my channel, subscribe, and see you next time.